Alright, gather around. It's time for a story. Okay, so my buddy Mason is in the hospital right now because he has IBD. Hello. Crohn's disease. Can you get out of the way? This is not for you. Hi Mason. I got your package. This young man, this isn't for you. Get out of here, you stinkers. Wow, so cool. Oh. Wow. Check this out, goats. Mason wrote a book. Not your average slice of pizza. There. Not your average slice of pizza. By Michelle Harvey and Mason Harvey. Illustrated by Mason Harvey. And I'm going to read this to you. Stop eating my note. Frankie. Hey. You got a kiss for Mason? You gonna eat my hat? I would love a piece of pizza. I am not able to eat pizza either because I can't have nightshades and I can't have dairy and I can't have different kind of spices. Just like my young warrior, Mr. Mason. This cover is so nice. The quality of the book is stupendous. Look at this. I'm gonna have to read this to my son. Wow. Reggie, short for Reggiano, is just your average kid. Well, if your average kid was a slice of cheese pizza. No pepperoni, no mushroom, no bell pepper, nothing extra. And he was just fine with that. Toppings are us. Reggie lived in a beautiful Southern California town with his mom, Bree, and his dad, Krusty, and his dog, Diggity. Right? What do you think? Oh, you like that? Good. I'll shake your paw. But how am I supposed to turn the page now? Okay, thank you. I like it. There's cheesy pizza and delicious toast. It doesn't taste like delicious toast. Hot dog. I love that there's food at the bottom of every page. Every day, Reggie had his usual routine. This brought him comfort, and he always knew what to expect. He went to school and enjoyed spending time with his friends. Hello. You can't eat the pizza, they're just pictures. He had his daily snack of fish-shaped crackers and loved taking his dog Diggity on walks. Stop eating my book. I know it looks delicious, but you've already had dinner. Each year, Reggie looked forward to going on a family road trip. Right? What do you think of road trips, Merlin? Do you like road trips? That's a nice cheese. Reggie also cared about helping others and enjoying recognizing kind acts in his community. Twice a year, bless you, Reggie would collect donations to help Hamburger House families. He thought his life was just about perfect until one day, something changed. Reggie felt sick and not like himself at all, and he was a little nervous that he would have to go to the doctor. I have felt this way myself. Reggie knew doctors and nurses were there to help, but one of his biggest fears was getting shots. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. You have a whole playground. You're supposed to be... I know that you're enthusiastic about my story and it sounds delicious, but I need a few moments to continue. Thank you. When Reggie didn't start feeling better, his parents told him that they were taking him to a children's hospital for a few tests. Dang it. Ugh. Over the next few days, nurses took Reggie to get x-rays, CT scans, echocardiograms, and an MRI. None of these tests hurt. They just helped the doctors get a better idea of what was happening inside of him. Reggie's body was also low on marinara sauce. so he had to have several marinara transfusions to help him feel better and give him more energy. Friends and family dropped off building blocks, books, crafts, and blankets at the hospital to let Reggie know that they were thinking about him, and he made bracelets for the doctor. Excuse me. Yes, I understand. You're interrupting my story. Excuse me. You darling little goat. You're being bad. No, you're not. You're being a good boy. Listen now, that's... Alright. Oh, no, you can't have that. I know it's purple and it looks delicious. No, that's mine. Alright, you're going to make me have to put this away. How about this piece goes away, okay? And I close it up so you can't see it. Is that better? Is that better? No, you can't eat that either. No. No! It looks delicious, doesn't it? Okay, well then. Reggie's body was also low on marinara sauce, so he had to have several marinara transfusions to help him feel better and give him more energy. I think my buddy Mason's having a marinara transfusion right now. Friends and family dropped off building blocks, books, crafts, and blankets at the hospital to let Reggie know that they're all thinking about him, and he made bracelets for the doctors and nurses to hang on their stethoscopes and the name badges, their name badges. Wow, cool! Reggie wanted to thank them and let them know that he appreciated them for taking good care of him. Reggie also made bracelets for the kind ladies who came in and cleaned his room daily. They always asked about Reggie and how he was and had a fun story to share. Your body is attacking itself. That's what Crohn's is. It's an immune problem. It's where your autoimmune system is taking over and trying to fight things that are actually good for you. Finally, all the test results returned. Reggie's doctor came in to deliver the news. He told Reggie his body was reacting to gluten and lactose, which is a pretty serious problem when you're a slice of pizza, of cheese pizza. The doctor told him that it was a disease and that his body was attacking itself. There was no cure, but treatments could help. One of the ways the doctors treated Reggie's disease was to give him only liquids. This was supposed to help him heal and meant that he couldn't have his favorite fish-shaped crackers anymore. Reggie didn't want to hand them over, but he did eventually. Yep, I know what that's like. Darn it. Reggie learned to face his fear of shots. Thankfully, they were not as bad as he imagined. First, he asked a nurse to use a cold spray to numb his arm and then counted with his mom to help distract him. Reggie spent a lot of time drawing his family, friends, and favorite things to get his mind off of his worries and pass the time in the hospital. What do you guys think? You're still hanging around. I think you're enjoying it. Reggie missed his old life so much. Since he was in the hospital, he couldn't do everything he used to do. While this frustrated him, he knew he had to be strong and keep moving forward so he could go home. Reggie kept hearing everyone say that he was brave, but he was confused about why they would say he was so brave. He sure didn't feel brave most days. He was starting to realize that you can't have bravery without fear, so maybe it made sense to be a little of both. So true. Nobody Reggie knew had this disease. His friends would call him with lots of questions, but it made Reggie happy that they cared enough to ask. He didn't mind sharing what he was going through, helping them understand. Reggie knew his treatments were about to start, making him sad to think he would be doing them for the rest of his life. It made him want to find better treatments and a cure to help himself and others suffering from a disease. Reggie's medication was called Pizalizumab. Pizalizumab. And was given an infusion through an IV, which is through the needle and the thing. It was supposed to make him feel better, but everything was so new and different that he felt like he would never feel better or return to normal again. My goodness, do I ever know that feeling. Finally, after starting his treatment, Reggie began to feel better. After almost 2 months in the hospital, Reggie's doctor said he was able to go home. Reggie, his dad, and mom packed their bags and walked out of the hospital the same way they got there, as a family, as a team. While in the hospital, Reggie had a lot of time to think about how he could help others with his disease. He didn't want anyone to feel alone or hopeless. As soon as he returned home, he found a way to speak out and share his story to help raise awareness. Uh-oh, one of my goats got out. We have to pause the story. You can watch me chase after Merlin. This should be good. Oh, I know how to get him. Who wants a snack? Who wants a snack? No, that's all you get. Sorry for the interruption. I did not close the gate properly. Now, where was I? Where was I? Ah! It's all right. Reggie was so excited when the San Diego Marinara Bank invited him to cut the ribbon at the grand opening of the new Marinara Bank. He met the incredible people working there and thanked several tomatoes who donated tomato juice to make the marinara. I think they're talking about a blood bank. For those that don't know. Reggie didn't want anyone with any disease feel like they couldn't live their lives like anyone else. So Reggie and his mom met with a senator to create a bill that would become a law to help make life easier for kids and adults like him. What? Look at that. That's incredible. Reggie and his parents started a small business. A portion of each sale would be donated to a foundation researching better treatments and cures for others suffering from chronic illness. Reggie continued to go to his treatments every 2 weeks at the hospital. He would see his nurses, doctors, and therapists so much that they became like a second family to him. Aww. That's both wonderful and just so true and sad. Hi, Arthur. Are you enjoying the story, buddy? Huh? One of your eyes has a cataracts and the other eye is nice and healthy, right, Arthur? You're blind on this side, right, buddy? But on this side, your eye works perfect. We all have our hindrances. Reggie continued to go to his treatments every 2 weeks at the hospital. Reggie didn't give up and kept finding ways to overcome all of the ups and downs. For now, he had to wear a mask to prevent himself from getting sick. Stop it! And you guys, from getting sick because his medication made it easier for his body to get infections. That's right. So when COVID was going around and we're taking immunosuppressants, we get sick easier because of those shots. Even though he had a lot of doctor's appointments, Reggie still went to school, was able to play with his friends, and got to have his favorite fish-shaped crackers again. He was so happy to be reunited with his dog, Diggity. Reggie realized that even the darkest moments can have light. Right, guys? That's important to remember. And you have the power to accept and adapt to change. Isn't that right? We all accept and adapt to change because we have to. There was no cure for Reggie's disease, but he was learning to heal by helping others. Sometimes heroes look like adults with superpowers. Sometimes they look like a kid who is your average slice of pizza in a cheese cape. Putting on my superhero cheese cape. Things aren't always what they appear. Nobody is perfect. Normal is constantly changing, and change is a part of life. Courage is a choice, and sometimes bravery chooses you. Life can change in an instant. It's up to you to decide on the next chapter in your story. There's a shot of my buddy Mason. Here's Mason doing all his battles and making these things as he's in the hospital, getting his transfusions and getting older. Here's Mason growing up as a young lad that he is, and all the great things that he's been able to do and play with and help others. Wow. What an inspiration. Now you got some actual goat spit on your book. Mason, buddy, I look forward to reading this to Morris and Jem tonight at bedtime. Buddy, I know you're in the hospital right now and you're going through another tough time. I know your mom is watching. Hi, Michelle. Everyone, if you're watching at this point, go over to his channel, IB Determined, which is IBD. ETRIMED, IB Determined, and let's help support this little fella Mason, because he's been doing this for years and years and years, and if there ever was somebody that we could look up to that is a budding light for others, that are always looking to help others in need, he's not your average slice of pizza. Go check him out.